All right, y'all, we're at Wendy's. I'm gonna meet up with my sis, but I need to get me something to eat real quick. I was coming to get a salad, but I heard about those wings. Hold on.
Welcome to Wendy's. How can I help you?
I just need a moment. Okay, y'all, I'm making enchiladas. Sorry I didn't start you in the process, but I've already seasoned, and this is ground beef. This is my minced garlic and my onion. I've already seasoned my meat. This is what I seasoned it with. I can show you that. Onion powder accent. Oops. Cumin, Italian seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder accent. That's what's in here. I didn't put any salt. I mean, accent is MSG, and I might put some I don't know, maybe some beef bouillon. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put some tomato bouillon. I'll put a little bit of that in here because that has salt in it. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, we're gonna let our meat simmer while we get the tortillas together. All right, we mixed it with some pepper jack cheese. So I grated some cheese and some pepper jack cheese. I'm adding some cilantro into my meat. My son's not a huge fan of cilantro, but cilantro gives meat a good flavor. So as long as I mix it in with the meat, I'll be okay. So I decided to add it. I'm gonna warm my tortillas, you guys, on the flame. I layered some meat sauce across the bottom. Now we get to layering. All right, so now I'll put another layer. I did my shells, and I'm gonna put another layer of meat on top, and then I'm gonna do my cheese, and then another layer of shells. Now let's layer some cheese. All right, so the last layer of shells. Go ahead and layer. This is the last layer, so I'm gonna use up this meat, all of this enchilada meat. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna lay the meat, and I'll be back. All right, that's the last of the meat. I'm gonna put another layer of pepper jack cheese. Do the last layer of shells, and then I'll put the enchilada sauce on top of the shells and another layer of cheese, and then we're gonna put it in the oven. All right, so I'm gonna pour the rest of this sauce in the crevices so I could get down deep in there. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, so pour the rest of this sauce on here from this can. I'm gonna pour some green chili on here and then layer some cheese. I'll be right back. Okay, green chili, gotta have it. I used to fight it when I moved here, but if you haven't learned how to cook with green chili, you better learn. Oh, I need to buy some more. My God. Okay, now let's spread it out. The oven's already ready. It already beeped for 350. Okay, now just let it all get in there. Spread it on out. That's the only thing about making enchiladas, it's messy. You gotta clean your stove and all that. Okay. Now we're just gonna layer a nice amount of cheese on top. Cover it up and put it in the oven. But when you cover it up, don't forget, you have to spray your oil with your foil with Pam, so the cheese and stuff doesn't stick to the top of the foil. Okay, I'll be back. Amazing. Now it goes back in the oven without the foil. Do you see how, because I sprayed the foil, you see how the cheese didn't stick? Now I'm going to put this on my baking sheet, put it back in the oven, and I'm going to let it go for another 15 minutes. All right, fresh out the oven, y'all. Looks so good. I'm so ready. If you like olives, put olives on it. We don't eat olives over here. I'm not against them, but, you know, We do like green onions, though. I'm gonna let this cool off. And we done, y'all. Beef enchiladas, casserole style. Bye. We are getting ready to fry our country style ribs that have been marinating in the fridge. I'm keeping it real simple, real cute, and real quick. Flour, cornstarch. I'm not gonna even season my flour because my meat is seasoned and it's been marinating. Plus, I pulled some of my pre-made gravy out of the freezer. So that's all we need to do. Let's get these fried up. It's gonna be part of my husband's lunch one day this week. Tomorrow night actually, because tonight is already made. But yeah, for tomorrow night, smothered country style ribs with the remainder of the potato salad. Bye. I decided to do rice instead of the potato salad since I have gravy. Ooh, these ribs smell good, but anyway, they're not mine. Okay, so here's my gravy that I defrosted. I added a little water to it. I'm going to slide my ribs in there, and then I'm going to let my ribs simmer in the gravy for about 15, 20 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. And then that'll be ready, and I have my rice in the rice cooker. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cover it up. I'll come back in about 15 minutes. This will tenderize the ribs some and just let it marinate into the gravy. So it's going to be a few minutes because it is pork. So I'm going to go ahead and put the top on it. Come back in about 15 minutes and flip it over and see how it's doing. Gosh, this smells so good, guys. Do you see the steam? Yes. I'm going to flip it over. I'll be trying to keep you guys the camera right, but I'll be messing up. Flip it over. Yes. And I said earlier that one of these was mine, but I'm giving them both to my husband for his lunch. But I really need them to tenderize. So I'm going to keep going because I can feel by the texture they're not tender enough for my husband. If y'all don't know, my husband doesn't have teeth. Did you guys know that? Well, you know now, okay? And he doesn't give a fuck. And neither do I, apparently. But you can't tell. So, that's why it's really important. That's why I make things so tender. Tenderizing things has been a goal of mine as I've met my husband and learned how to cook for people with no teeth. Love you, baby. Okay, we're going to turn this all the way down. And I'm going to let this just rock because it's not tender enough. So now I'm going to leave it for 30 minutes. And I turn the heat down a little bit. Let it slow cook, baby. All right. It's been 30 minutes. Let's check for tenderness. Mix all this up. Oh, yeah, it's definitely getting more tender. The rice obviously is done already. Yes. Gotta get all these mushrooms in this gravy. Again, this is pre-made gravy that I froze. I made it with another dish and froze it. So I always mark it. Pork gravy, beef gravy, chicken gravy. So I know, right? So, although you can mix them, but I might season them a little different. Okay. So, I'm going to add a little bit more water to this because I still want this to steam and cook even longer, okay? Because it's not tender enough. It's done, but obviously I make my stuff really tender. So I'm going to put a little bit more water. Actually, I'm going to do a little broth. And then I'm going to let this continue to steam. All right, I put some Better Than Bouillon broth, okay? And some water in here. Mix it up a little bit. Nothing major. I'm sorry. Nothing major, right? I just want this to... Now, the reason I could have just used water, but because I'm putting more water, right? It's diluting my seasoning. And I did not season my flour. So I know the only seasoning that's in here is what was ever in the pre-made gravy and on the ribs when I marinated them a couple of days ago. Okay, so it could probably use a little bit more seasoning. Okay, so now brought it back up to temp because I added that water, brought the temperature down. Now I'm going to put it back on a low. And I'll be back 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so. Because it still has a way to go to tenderize. So I'll be back in 40 minutes. All right, y'all. Been another 40 minutes. I know it's ready. Because I know. Okay? That's how I know. Look at this. See that? See how my spoon's going straight through it? That's what I was looking for. Mission accomplished. Let's get our rice in there. And layer our ribs on top. And this is my husband's lunch, y'all. Bye. Here's the white rice. This is just simply white rice. No seasoning, no butter, anything. My gravy and my country style ribs will take care of that part. Rib number 1. Fried rib number 2. Let's get this gravy poured on there. And you got a meal. There you have it. Mushroom gravy. Country style fried ribs over white rice. I have 2 flour tortillas here. My son asked for breakfast burritos as part of his meal plan. I'm going to make 2 small ones so he'll eat them both at the same time. So that'll be considered a meal. This is the sausage I'm going to use. Here's some eggs, some cheese. I really do like this fresh cilantro salsa. And he asked for refried beans. Let's do it. It won't take long. He likes spice, so we're going to cut up a jalapeno. Add a little bit of water to the beans. And I'm going to drop my jalapenos in the beans. Alright, just let these simmer and warm up. That's it. Let's go ahead and take out our sausages and then cook our eggs. I don't want it to be too salty. I'm already using salted butter. I'm already using jalapenos. So I'm just going to put a little bit of Italian seasoning in the eggs and get them scrambled up and add some cheese. Alright, let's get our eggs and cheese scrambled up. And I'm going to put these to the side on a plate. And I'm going to cut up those sausages into little pieces. I think I'll just add the sausages to the eggs. Let me cut them up really quick. Make it simple. Alright. Let's get the meat incorporated with the eggs. Move it to the side. And warm up our tortillas. And get ready to make these 2 little breakfast burritos. Easy peasy, y'all. All I'm doing is flipping my tortilla in a warm skillet. No butter or nothing like that. I'm going to lay the beans first. My son specifically asked for refried beans in his breakfast burrito. And I'm going to scoop my meat mixture. Now, I just have to keep in mind, I got to close this bad boy. And the tortillas are not that big. So, I'm going to put all my mixture on one side of the tortilla. Okay? But, all that I have left to add is the salsa. So, as long as it's fairly flat, I should be able to close it. Okay, now let me add the salsa. I need another spoon for the salsa. Hold on. Alright. And then, the salsa. And this is actually a meal plan. You guys can prep your breakfast burritos, roll them up, put them in a foil, and then in the morning, pop them in the air fryer keep them in the foil, pop them in the air fryer, and go on about your way, or pop them in the oven, whatever. Okay, I need both of my hands to roll it. I'll be back. All right, so now I'm making a spicy guacamole cheeseburger. I made some homemade guacamole. I made it spicy. And I'm frying these burgers. They're all beef Angus burgers in butter. And no seasoning, just the butter. Let me finish frying these up and yep, let's get it done. If you like series and you like action and you like to have to think a little bit, Slow Horses on Apple TV. Yep, it's good. My spicy. I made some homemade guacamole spicy. I just added sriracha to my guacamole, which made it spicy. I used spicy mayo, American cheese, grilled onions, lettuce, and then a few mozzarella sticks. This is my son's. Bye.